Do right-wing people not believe in climate change? Well, you know who else doesn't believe in climate change recently? Bill Gates. Bill Gates has dramatically changed his position on climate change, acknowledging for the first time that there is no doomsday risk of global warming. And he goes and he says, though climate change will have serious consequences, particularly for people in the poorest countries, it will not lead to humanity's demise. People will be able to live and thrive on most places on Earth for the foreseeable future. So he just straight up roached out on it. He roached out on it. And then parentheses, we just won the war on the climate change hoax. Bill Gates has finally admitted that he was completely wrong on the issue. It took courage to do so, and for that, we are all grateful. Make America great again. So, yeah, there you go, guys. Another war stopped. Yes, the war on the climate has now been stopped.
Billionaire philanthropist and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates is now cautioning against taking a doomsday view on the planet's future.
Man.
Gates once described climate...
Man, bro, like, I remember back in 2008, remember that movie, An Inconvenient Truth? And it was, where's the movie? You guys might not even remember this. 2006, okay. Yeah, so I was still in high school at the time. And so, remember this? Al Gore. Yeah, remember him? Long time ago, huh? And so anyway, this is the trailer of this movie, right? Let's go back and watch the trailer of An Inconvenient Truth from 2006, okay? Here we go. Cinema. At Sundance, it received 3 standing ovations. It will shake you to your core. If you love your planet, if you love your children, you have to see this film.
Years ever measured, they've all occurred in the last 14 years.
Oh.
And the hottest of all was 2005.
Wow. And this was in 2006. The most terrifying film you will ever see.
Scientific consensus is that we are causing global warming.
Oh.
I am Al Gore. I used to be the next president of the United States of America.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
This is Patagonia, 75 years ago, and the same glacier today. This is Mount Kilimanjaro, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And last year.
Oh my, wait.
There will be no more snows of Kilimanjaro.
Wait,
this is really not a
it's gone.
Issue so much as a moral issue.
Oh no!
Temperature increases are taking place all over the world.
Guys,
causing stronger
guys, does anybody know about this?
This is the biggest crisis
in
the history of this country.
This is Hurricane Katrina.
Early this morning,
we don't talk about that on this stream.
Into New Orleans.
The OGs remember why. Did we betray the planet?
Is it possible that we should prepare against other threats besides terrorists?
From Paramount Classics comes a film that has shocked audiences everywhere they've seen it.
The Arctic is experiencing faster
Look at this,
melting.
See? No more penguins.
Sea level worldwide.
They're all going to die.
This is what would happen
Florida,
in Florida.
despawned.
Shanghai, home to
Gone.
40 million people.
Shanghai, no more China.
60 million.
No more India.
The World Trade Center Memorial would be underwater.
No more New
Think
York.
Of the impact of a couple 100,000 refugees.
Gone.
And then imagine 100 million.
Wow.
We have to act together to solve this
Look at this.
global crisis.
It's a global. Nothing is scarier. Nothing is scarier, guys, than the truth.
Our ability to live is what is at stake.
An inconvenient truth. This is about how everybody needs to be gay, eat bugs, pay all of their money to a international UN conglomerate, and live inside of a pod. And did I say be gay? Yeah, eat roach milk. Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it is. Everybody, trans for everybody, right? And so anyway, so this was in 2006. Keep in mind, 2006 was 19 years ago. Bill Gates was a huge advocate of this. And now he's like, shit. I mean, like, well, you look at it in this way.
Climate change is the most urgent challenge humanity has ever faced. In a new essay, he's raising alarm about the immediate impacts of poverty in a warming world. In an interview with CBS News' Norah O'Donnell in 2021, he warned about what will happen if emissions are not reduced.
The death toll would be even worse near the equator.
This is the 2021.
And the unrest, would be global in nature. And sadly, you couldn't just invent a vaccine, so you've got to start work now.
Wait. How could you make a vaccine for climate change? I think that you would have had to taken 10 vaccines to even understand this. Maybe 20 vaccines to understand what he's talking about right now. What?
Avoid those terrible consequences much later.
CBS News national environmental correspondent David Schechter joins us now in studio. So, David, Gates has talked about refocusing the metric. What is he saying here?
I think the metric that is currently in place is what is global temperature, global average temperature, and what are our emissions. And what he is shifting to is, without saying, he still says climate change is a very serious problem. The shift is to, I believe, what he's saying is saving lives in developing countries, improving health outcomes in developing countries.
I think that the entire initiative that was pushed by a lot of these very big companies to, and by the way, I'm a climate change believer. I think that humans can affect the climate to a degree. Can we melt the glaciers and then cause the whole world to go underwater and kill everybody? I mean, I don't know if we can do that, but I think that we can probably move the needle. I do. I think human beings can move the needle. Again, and this is simple logic, right? You light a cigarette in the house smells like a fucking cigarette. You're walking around, you ever smell a barbecue? Okay. Well, you've got polluted cities. All right. Well, theoretically, there is a theoretical number of cigarettes that you could light that would pollute the whole world. So it's just logic, right? It's just logic. I'm just thinking about it like this. Now, I'm not saying that we are doing that, but I'm saying that, like, it is not unfathomable to me, this idea. It is not unfathomable. But this is what I think is happening. I think that these climate change things and the increases in costs and energy and other types of regulations for tech companies were being pushed by a lot of these really big tech companies to pull the ladder up from other smaller tech companies over the last 15 years to prevent them from getting a foothold, and so they could control regulatory, different measures and have regulatory capture to pull the ladder up and prevent other companies from succeeding in the same way that they are. And now that it's working against them because of the massive energy requirements of AI development, now they're shifting their point of view and, well, actually climate change isn't that important anymore. And I think that this is just, again, right? It's like whenever coincidence and personal interest converge, I really don't think it's usually a coincidence. I don't. I think it's a little bit fishy, isn't it?
Countries getting people out of poverty. So I think in his lens, those problems are all connected. They are all connected. But if he had $1, where would it go? And I think he's saying, I think it should go there.
What would that investment look like physically?
What would the dollar be?
It's programs, it's health programs.
So like what, Labubu's or what? He did even say, health programs. Oh, okay.
It's education, it's medicines, all the things that he's already involved in developing nations. And he is sort of sunsetting the arm of his philanthropy that invests heavily in climate solutions and green energy solutions.
So
because it's not convenient.
What I'm hearing you say is that he's not necessarily saying this is less of a problem. This isn't as dire as he said that he 100% toned it down. Like he 110% toned it down, like 200%. Like we talked about, absolutely he did. Dire as I once said it is. Am I understanding that correctly, or is he saying, no, I have a complete change of heart when it comes to climate change?
I think you're right on. It's nuanced what he's saying, but I don't think he's changed his position at all on climate change. This is a threat.
What?
It's very serious,
what the
particularly
fuck is he
for
talking
poor nations
about?
and poor people
who is this guy?
Have less resources to overcome and protect and
what are we talking?
mitigate.
Didn't you read what he said?
Adapt. What he's saying is, let's spend less money mitigation, trying to solve problems in the future. Let's spend more money on adaptation now to save lives today. But critics are saying, that focus is good. You should save lives, but if you take your eye off the future, the very people that you're trying to help today will have it much worse in the future because
this might be the worst video I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, so basically he roached out on it. It's pretty fucking obvious. Bill Gates pivots on climate change. There it is again. It's pretty fucking obvious. Oh, here we go again.
Climate change will make entire ecosystems. Certainly, climate change will make entire ecosystems die off. It'll make parts of the world, impossible to live in. And so
this is in 2020.
The actual economic and death toll from climate change will be much, much, much greater than what we have with this pandemic.
But he's changing his tune now. He's actually rejecting the doomsday narrative in a new memo saying, quote, although climate change will have serious consequences, particularly for people in the poorest countries, it will not lead to humanity's demise. People will be able to live and thrive in most places on Earth for the foreseeable future.
Certainly climate change.
Yeah, that's not what he was saying before, bro. Like, that's it. And he hasn't changed his tune at all. I mean, I think, honestly, if you think that they were not pushing climate change alarmism and climate change like radicalism and people being hyper worried about this, I think that you're being delusional. I do. I think you're being delusional. I think it's very obvious that this was being pushed really, really heavy. And I do think that it's not a coincidence that once all these tech companies now need a ton of energy in order to run their AI machines so you can generate more cat girls with big boobs, then big surprise, climate change isn't that big of a deal. I don't know, guys. It just seems a little bit too convenient for me. It may be a little bit too inconvenient, right? And I don't know. That's just what I'm saying, okay? I don't know, but anytime I see something like this happen, I just don't believe it, bro. I do not fucking believe it.